Greetings, geniuses. This video is going to cover another topic from the INFJ perspective, as usual. And today I want you to know that you've got the power. And maybe you can remember the song, The Power, or I've Got the Power by Snap. I think it was a 80s tune, if I'm not mistaken. But hopefully I can get that going in the background in your head right now as I talk about this. But the reason I wanted to talk to you about this is because you have the power and the control over your own life. And nobody can take that away from you. If you've been listening to this channel for a while, you already know that I believe God is ultimately in control, and we can come to Him for wisdom and guidance, and we can trust in Him for the direction of our lives, and we can usually see in hindsight a lot of things that have been divinely planned and appointed for us, sometimes through successes and sometimes through failures and lessons learned, as I've had many of those. And like I said before, I've had many experiences of all kinds, and they weren't always great experiences. Some of them were very bad, but in hindsight, I can be thankful for them very much, because it has made me into the person that I am today, and it's made me wiser, smarter, just more well-rounded. And so I'm also hoping that this video and all the videos can be helpful to you in some way, because I've learned many things the hard way. And the best part about that is that I know that a lot of the recommendations and guidance that I give you all will be helpful, because it's tried and tested. So I've known certain things to be true. And so what I'm talking about with you've got the power is that it doesn't matter what's going on in this world. And this is perhaps also an even more timely topic because of everything going on in the world. And things just seem so unstable today more than ever. So many things just seem to be unraveling, and there's uncertainty in the future for all of us, perhaps, about what we can expect with work, with our families, even health to some degree. And of course, that's a very broad topic that I'm not going to go into. And so there's so much uncertainty now, and it's easy to fall into the mental trap of I have no control over what's happening, and then fear can get in. And of course, fear is the primary enemy all the time. So you don't want that to take over. Fear is going to stop you from anything good that you want to accomplish. But the good news is that you have the power over your own life. And whether we're talking about the daily tasks that you do and how you balance your day, what do you do every day? What part of that time is helping you to either better yourself or improve relationships or your life or your goals in some way? And which parts of your day is it not helping you or being counterproductive? Those are the kinds of things I think most INFJs think about regularly, because we're just super introspective. And sometimes I question myself, because I can look at it one way as I feel like I bounce often around between different passions or interests, and I'm wanting to learn something new. So, should I go that route? Should I focus on that? But INFJs are very introspective, and we're always looking for a better balance of what we're doing, what we're learning about what we're focusing on. And so even if I know there's a certain, let's say, topic of interest that I'm going to focus on my whole life, let's talk about whatever your niche is, your interest, the things that you love to do. Just because you know that and you think you have a good grasp on what that is, doesn't mean that you can't continue to learn more, or maybe meet new people, or find something that broadens your horizons, let's say. And it can be the smallest of things, but that's something that INFJs are very hyper aware of. And it's kind of like if we talk to somebody about, let's just say our job field, our passion. I'm keeping it generic on purpose so you can kind of input whatever yours is. And they say something to you that you never even thought about before, and it's your job field or your passion, then that's kind of spurring you to learn more about it and to expand what you know. And so at that moment, you can either kind of blow it off like, oh man, I didn't know anything about that, and then just go back to your normal life. Or you can use that as a motivator to learn something new, to do something more. And so INFJs are constantly sort of being nudged to learn more things, not necessarily always do more, but just become more aware of the world that we live in. And so that's why we're so prone to being self-development persons, because whether it's, being an influencer of some kind or not, or just focusing on ourselves, we're always thinking about a better way of doing things. And so back to the topic of this video about you having the power. Nobody can take that away from you. And there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be friends or family members that just don't get you. They don't understand where you're coming from. They think maybe you're crazy about certain things, whatever. But one of the beauties about the internet is that you can find so many like-minded people who really understand you. And although you may never get to meet them in person and hang out and just be face-to-face, all that kind of stuff, you can still learn so much from each other and support each other. And so that's something that I've just really learned to value more over the last couple of years, because we don't always have a supportive circle around us. But it doesn't mean that those kind of people don't exist or that we're all alone. But again, as an INFJ, there's usually a certain amount of independence and isolation at all times, just because, for one, we like it, but also I can only speak for myself, but I think it is an INFJ characteristic in general that we are very good at operating alone and progressing on our work or our goals on our own. And that's not for everybody, though. So if you're listening and you're more of maybe the extrovert person who likes to work in groups, well, then obviously for you, then whatever it is you want to accomplish, you need to probably get online in your local community and look for groups of people who want to do the things that you want to do. And then party on. You're going to have a blast. Introverts either aren't looking for it, or whatever reason, but we're just kind of not looking for it, and we're probably also not wanting to excel even in that fashion, unless it was like a band or something, and then you obviously have to put actual people together to meet and practice, or whatever the group is. So again and again, all I can do is remind you that in this crazy world with all the uncertainty, that you have the control to be able to fine-tune your schedule, fine-tune the things that you put into your brain. There's so much great content online, like this video, and content that can support you in whatever you want your focus to be. And there's also so many distractions, and it's really easy to be distracted online, at least until you get into the habit of tuning that stuff out. And again, I know that from my own experience of slowly over the last few years, I've been able to weed out more and more of the things that were distracting us, including INFJ related videos and human psychology kind of stuff, because I was so interested in it that I could easily watch or listen to 5, 7, 10 videos a day. But that was not productive for me, at least once I got to a certain point where I was knowledgeable enough about my own personality and certain things that were helpful for me. So then over the course of months and months after realizing that, I weaned it down to, I don't know, I probably have 3 or 4 favorite channels now that I kind of keep up with. But I've also gotten away from it being something that I have to watch all of those channels every single day. And just like I wouldn't expect or ask anybody to live and breathe my channel every day, because we all have our own lives and goals and dreams, and we got to use our time wisely. But that's why I try to keep the videos short as well, so that if you're enjoying it and you like the topics I discuss and the info I give, that you could speed up the video and listen to it pretty quickly. So anyhow, I hope this video is helpful for you, and I always want to remind you that you can accomplish whatever you want in this life as far as being a success of what you want to accomplish. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to be rich and famous or anything like that, but you can be your own personal success story by simply not giving up, not quitting, and you will always surpass your former self if you do that. And that to me is a true success. And again, nobody can take that away from you. You've got the power, and you will always be able to appreciate that about yourself, even if nobody else around you can. So I hope this was a helpful topic and video for you. And so until next time, I'll see you soon. Genius.